Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is for Tauruses. For Taurus Sun, Ascendant, Moon, your strongest planet, or if you have anything that is really strongly connects you to Tauruses. So let's start with the first one, the Styx. The Styx is one of the rivers of the underworld in the Greek mythology, and this card is definitely a warning sign. So it says you must turn back, and um, the decision that has been made or the path that has been taken is not the right one. So it's great you start the year with something that here is the warning, you are not going to the right direction. And depending on what's coming next, which we will just go through, um, you might need to change your plans or stop everything entirely, which is a very, very tough thing for a Taurus who are planning a lot and really sticking to it and stubbornly. But just listen. So, the battle was the next one, and the battle card is asking you actually, are you the victim of your life or the leading actor in it? Because the battle card indicates energies of attack, aggression, offense, and defense, and protection of your interests. So from here, I see, and that's why I put these cards already into two paths, because the impostor is also kind of a dual card, which can either symbolize that you may be an impostor or the victim of an impostor. So here, whichever situation you are in, either if you are the one who is attacked and the victim of an impostor, or you are the one who is the warrior and attacks others or protects yourself, maybe against the attack, but not feeling as the victim, but more of like, I'm doing my writer's job. Um, that can amplify in 2026. So, whichever is going on, this one warns you not to go into that one. So, that's the wrong path. It says that if you are catching yourself in 2026 to become a victim of an attack, a victim of an impostor, or you yourself maybe as an impostor, the word evokes an attitude that does not reflect your reality, then that's your sign to stop and think twice whether you really want to go that road because you've got the warning of not to. Um, so it's either you who is not at their rightful place or your attackers feel like you are in their way. So that's like two ways. So one can be a really exhausting journey, and if you do not reply to this call and go on the wrong path, you will become exhausted. You really need to recharge and regroup, and otherwise, you will really be just going down, down, down that hill. However, the card also showed that if you are listening to that, you stop that kind of toxic behavior. Let it be your own toxic behavior, or you stop others from thinking that they can be toxic with you and let them know, no, you can't. Then you will have something to celebrate. And it's even funny that it says to plan for a joyful future. So truly plan for that future and then make it happen because you are capable of, you have the strength, you are really, really strong. And then career wise, I asked what else is coming, because yeah, be careful, this can drain your finances as well. I'm not sure what kind of battle you are in. You can be, maybe it's like a divorce, when you need to split up your finances and you might be exhausted emotionally and financially. It can be, something that you lose finances in another way. But if you stop that battle, if you stop that impostor, then you will have something to celebrate because you will have many choices and you always have to think in this year which choice to choose. And the authority came out as well, which says take on the role of a leader, which is the same. Like if you are that leader kind of person, as you said, you can win that battle and celebrate. If not, then you need to become that leader. So basically, it sounds like, yeah, your destiny is to become the leader. It's just up to you which path you choose. So be wise about that. And at the end, there will be some surprises. And um, it's something that is unexpected. So we don't know what kind of surprise, but it will bring you a positive change. So just be ready. And it's really, really something to be ready for the change, because it's not just like a surprise that you probably plan for or want. It's the exact opposite. You don't want it, but it's positive. But change is connected to it. And as we know, Tauruses are not necessarily the biggest friends of changes, especially it's not initiated by them. But in this way, there will be some kind of, maybe it will be just a subtle change that it will feel good for you. So it's not something you should be worried about. And then the other ones were the free spirit, which came out in another reading, and the shine. So somehow, as you go through this and sort out your life and choose the right path to go back from the wrong one that you don't need, it's like a big shout out when you like the motorway signs, to go wrong way, go back. Then you can go back, and where you can find your free spirit is inside you. It says go back and find it, because you will find it there. And that freedom, the true freedom, is attained when you transcend the illusionary imprisonment of your mind. So that's the thing. When we are really in the middle of a battle, we don't necessarily have that much time to think and ruminate and find all these spiritual answers or all these big picture answers. But that also results in us imprisoning ourselves into a narrow minded way of thinking, which it says it's not you. You can free yourself from your own thinking. So it's also a double one, which says that there are two types of beliefs: the beneficial beliefs, which encourage you to grow, and the detrimental beliefs, which keep you imprisoned and bound by fear. So it's your choice. Again, this year will be full of your choices, and you need to really suck it up if you choose the wrong path, but at least you are warned that there will be signs. If you see the signs, think again. Because if you choose the right ones, then they can be encouraging and keeping you grow. If you choose the wrong ones, then they can really connect you back to fear. What is somewhere coming from, someone or somewhere here? And the shine one is talking about, your own light, your own inner light, your um, how extraordinary you are inside, and that you have traveled a long road and it was full of experiences. And now you can find yourself inspired, you can be motivated, and you can be ignited with a sense of purpose and passion that's coming from your heart and from your thoughts and your wishes. And if you choose the right path, you will shine way shinier, way much lighter. And this one is also an encouraging card to never lose your courage. And if you need to, then step away from the crowd despite the caution of the mind. So listen to your heart and shine from there, it says. And probably you will not go onto the wrong path either if you are, if these two, like your heart and your head, is cohesively making the decision. And you will not lack of choices, because also if you see these green hairs and lines, that also represents abundance, that also represents many different ways, many different curls, and it surrounds you. It's you. At the end of the day, it's that person's hair. It belongs to you. So all the choices are with you throughout the year. You will have many decision making point, and choose wisely. Okay, let's see what other practical guidance we can have from the cards from today. This one is give yourself a break. Especially if you are exhausted. Give yourself a break, and you are a human, and you are a human being and not a doing. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let's see if there's anything else that practically can help you, because I know it's really, really hard for Tauruses to take a break. And for me, you represent all that inertia. And something isn't moving, they move. That something is resting, it's in rest and stays there. So what else can practically help our Tauruses to choose the right path? What will be the signs of the right path then? Here you go. Another one, be brave. Choose to be a warrior and not a worrier. Your wounds are your war pains. You are much braver than you think. This one. So if that happens, the battle, be brave there. And don't worry too much. It will get better. Okay, let's see the other one then. Nothing else wanted to come. What will happen in 2026 to our Tauruses, and how can they react to those? How can they reflect to those? What should they do with it? Spacious mind and soul was one. And then trust the call. Here you go. Inspiration hunt. Let's put this one here. Okay. Here. So, spacious mind and soul. Trust the call. And inspiration hunt. This inspiration hunt is definitely a much better way to use your energies, your bravery, your courage, and instead of hunting for someone to attack, hunt for inspiration, because it will give you, it will help you with all those many choices, because you will create those choices. And the spacious mind and soul means that we are not made of solid matter only, but you know, millions of atoms and water, and you can be really solid in your way of thinking and being, Taurus, and it encourages you not to overthink and not to jump into problem solving immediately, but with that inspiration hand together, go and prioritize stillness and cultivate that in yourself, because that will mean that you will have less distractions and you will have the answers coming to you faster. It also says you can't use your mind to create a feeling of spaciousness. Instead, you have to rest into it. So, yes, go for inspiration hunt instead of overthinking, and then rest into it. Also, what was the last one? 44 was the trust the call. So definitely you will have the signs. You will see them clearly, like that sun is clearly visible on the other end of that lake, and that the bird is there flying. So all different things that have meaning for you will appear for you. And that is more about to connect to your intuition, and make sure that you are listening to it, because many times your brain can overwrite it, but it might not be beneficial for you next year. So yes, you are a logical and strong and rational creature, but sometimes when we rest and stay still, then we can find the true answers that are aligned both with the heart and the mind. And that is when it comes from the inspiration and your own intuition. Okay, let's see, what do these cards bring to you. Oops, along which lines you shall live this year. So Lilith is the first woman. Says, I am the voice of my body and soul. Let's get here. I choose the life that I desire to live. So yes, it's very strong-willed, very determined, very free, very brave. Actually, let's put that there. All the bravery. So you will not lack that one next year. Then the next one says she's the Princess of Mercy, which is very important in a battle. That it's not always the winner is not always who wins the battle, but giving is receiving, and the energy of the universe is merciful. So this one asks you to be merciful, whatever battle is coming for you. Don't be the aggressor. Try not to be the victim either. But either way, whatever situation you are in, better to be merciful. In Diana, the queen of the wilderness, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So there is something that will strengthen that inside you. Try to speak with love, speak with kindness, even to those enemies, even the impostors, even to the attackers. Many times that just disarms them and is done. You don't even need to have the battle. Okay, let's see. And that's the best. If you can avoid the battle, show how great and brave and strong you are and let them go away. So now we will check who will be the people who are the most important, most influential, and most most vivid. I get the word vivid in your life this year. We've got the dragonfly spirit, the giraffe came out, the squirrel, oh my goodness, so many, the wolf. You have many people around. Oh, here you go, a white raven spirit. I haven't seen this one yet. And the cow spirit. Wow. Let's see. How do they think about you? Or how do they feel about you? There's the dragonfly. Who will be these people in your life? The dragonfly is usually about transcendence and representing the change. Making magic. Yes. Sometimes that way how dragonflies transform into their final form, it seems like magic already. And that person you might look at that person like someone who is capable of that magic, creation of that magic. You will trust this person and believe in love. That person thinks about with you. No, that person thinks about you with trust as well and believes in love. Okay, next one, giraffe. This is a rambling rose came out and two sides. So the giraffe is a really positive and tall creature, as we know. So he can see everything from the big picture, from the top, and from a bit more wisdom, maybe that overlooking about above the little creature. So that person might be quite someone who you look up as some wise people and who can broaden your view when you feel like narrow-minded. It says rambling rose and growing apart and getting some space to think, and the two sides that you need to navigate the delicate balance of give and take. So your relationship with this person doesn't seem to be the most connected one. You might actually grow apart, and it doesn't sound like it. I don't see or feel anything really drastic or catastrophic. It's just maybe your time has come and that was it. You served each other while that person was in your life, and now it's that person needs to go. And it doesn't seem that you feel like you can't let go, which is good because Tauruses sometimes can't let go, but this time they can. So the squirrel says believe in yourself, and that person has expectations. Let's see what else. Whoopsies, one here. Ah! Who are you? Fluttering heart. Enjoy the romance and decide if you want more. So this is an interesting one. You might have a romance that comes up next year who is really encouraging, who really tells you to be yourself, and that person likes being themselves. But I would say stay cautious because that person might have expectations and might have just a picture of you in their mind, which is not you, but it's just what they project. And but you might feel really, really good with that fluttering heart and have a romance, and it's sweet and it's a sweet, but fleeting. And it depends on many factors whether it has future or not. Mostly on you whether you want more of that kind of romance that that person can bring to you. Let's see the wolf. Turn knowledge into wisdom, it says. The wolf is usually a lonely kind of person, they say, but I don't believe that it has to be, because they are in packs, and just because one of runs ahead, they hunt in packs. They are in packs, and then they really take care of each other in many ways. And here you go. That wolf is your divine match. Yes, so probably you will have some nice flirtatious time this year, and then you will, and not necessarily then you will meet that, but then you will realize that someone else is your divine match, someone who is either a soulmate or a twin flame, which might bring conflict as well, but it's okay because you both grow with it. Okay, next one. The white raven, which says trust in the magic. And this one says embrace change. So we have, it's almost there, the surprise that be ready for change. And that white raven spirit is the one who will bring you probably that surprise and that change. And you can embrace it, because it might not be like, it might seem like a challenge first. But because of the connection that will come out of it, you will always remember those times as like a journey that was such a good change. So yeah, this is that kind of change that we welcome. Even people who don't like changes, when it's really for us, when it's really aligned with our vibration, and this one will be, then that is really welcomed and celebrated. And then let's go back to this cow spirit, which says the miracles are endless. How does that person feel about you flying high? You will have another admirer, someone who is feeling infatuated, and you might have an intense affair. So it's like, hello, Venus is here for you for this year too. I'm not sure how many of these are coming in and out of those battles, or connected to that, or whether those battles will be more internal for you. But definitely there will be, or there is someone already who is your divine match, and someone who brings you such a positive change that you will feel like, I became a better person because of this meeting, this challenge, and meeting this person. And I trust this magic. Like you will feel like, oh, I want more of it. Yeah, this is it for you, Taurus, for 2026. I'm really wishing you good decisions, and that when you see the signs and feel the signs that you shouldn't go that road, then listen to yourself and don't go down that path. So you've got the warning, and love will come for you too. Thank you. Bye.